Stop what you're doing. Well, not literally. In fact, keep scrolling. Keep watching. That's it. Exactly what you're doing right now is the problem. Have you ever felt like your brain is on autopilot? You open an app without thinking, swipe up, watch a video, then another, and suddenly an hour has passed, and you can't remember a single thing you've seen. You wake up, go to the bathroom, and surprise, your phone is with you. You wait for the bus, you scroll. You eat, and with one hand you hold your fork while the other endlessly swipes. You're even with someone, they're talking to you, you nod, but your gaze is lost in that screen that beats like an artificial heart. Today, you're going to discover something uncomfortable. You're going to understand why your phone controls you more than you'd like to admit, what that little machine of stimuli in your pocket is doing to your brain, and most importantly, whether you still have time to take back control. Because this isn't about technology. This is about chemistry. About a tiny molecule that decides your desires, your habits, and your happiness. It's called dopamine. And someone is playing with it without your permission. For decades, dopamine was our ally. It was that impulse that made us feel good when finishing a task, eating something delicious, connecting with someone. You reach the top of a mountain after hours of hiking and dopamine rush. You finished a difficult project at work and reward, but to get it, you had to make an effort. There was balance. There were pauses. The brain had time to reset. That's over. Today, we carry in our pocket a machine designed by engineers, psychologists, and behavior experts who have figured out how to hijack that system. The platforms you use daily aren't just apps. They're slot machines. And every time you swipe your finger, you're gambling. Psychologist Ana Asencio explains it perfectly. When we scroll, our brain enters a constant reward-seeking loop. Each finger movement is a small bet. What's in the next video? Something funny? Something shocking? Maybe something life-changing? Most of the time, there's nothing, just noise. But every once in a while, there's that gem, that video that makes you laugh, that post that moves you. And then, dopamine rush. But here's what almost no one understands. Dopamine isn't the pleasure molecule. It's the desire molecule, the I want more molecule. It doesn't give you happiness, it gives you anticipation. It hooks you on the possibility that the next swipe might be the one. It has exactly the same mechanism that keeps someone in front of a slot machine in Las Vegas for hours. Uncertainty is what traps you. If you won every time, you'd get bored. If you lost every time, you'd stop playing. But if you win sometimes, without knowing when, then you can't stop. And here's the most unsettling part. Infinite scrolling, autoplay, notifications that arrive just when you're about to put the phone down. Everything is measured to the millisecond. Artificial intelligence algorithms study you. They know what you like, what scares you, what makes you angry, what entertains you. And they give you more of that. Not because they want to make you happy, but because they want to keep you there. Every minute you spend watching, they make money from your attention. A study published in 2025 revealed that more than 1 billion people spend an average of 3 hours daily scrolling. In some countries, the average exceeds 4 hours. 4 hours. That's more time than we spend exercising, reading, or talking with our family. Add those numbers up. If you live 80 years, you'll spend more than a decade of your life staring at a screen, doing nothing productive. A decade. But the problem isn't just lost time. The problem is what's happening to your brain. Dr. Francisco Siric, a neuroscientist, warns that constant stimulation is dysregulating our dopamine levels. Before, the brain had moments of rest between rewards. Now, we receive them every few seconds. The result is that we're becoming tolerant. We need stronger and stronger stimuli to feel the same. What used to entertain you now bores you. Reading a book becomes unbearable. Holding a conversation without looking at your phone becomes torture. Being alone with your thoughts becomes downright terrifying. There is a term that was chosen as Word of the Year by Oxford University: brain rot. It describes that feeling of mental dullness after hours of superficial content consumption. And it's not a poetic exaggeration. It's real. Constant exposure to digital multitasking reduces gray matter density in brain areas associated with attention and self-control. Your brain is literally changing. And if this is happening to you, imagine what's happening to teenagers. Their brains are developing. Their prefrontal cortex, which handles self-control, isn't fully formed yet. And they're receiving constant dopamine doses designed to create addiction. In the United States, 41 states sued Meta, accusing it of intentionally designing addictive features aimed at children. They knew what they were doing, and they did it anyway. Because here's the uncomfortable debate. Are we really addicted, or are we just badly habituated? Some experts prefer not to use the word addiction because the effects aren't as severe as those of drugs. But the brain mechanisms are the same: craving, tolerance, withdrawal syndrome. If you've felt anxious when you don't have your phone, if you've felt that emptiness when the battery dies, if you've tried to reduce screen time and couldn't, welcome to the club. That's dependence. Social media isn't free. We pay with our attention, with our data, and more studies suggest we also pay with our mental health. 85% of adolescents spend more than 3 hours daily on social media, and half exceed 5 hours. And it's no coincidence that anxiety and depression rates among young people have exploded in the last decade. But all is not lost. There's hope. And I want you to take this away. The problem isn't technology. The problem is how we use it and how it uses us. The first step is awareness. Today you've discovered that every swipe is a small bet. That algorithms study you. That your brain is being shaped by screens. And that knowledge is already power. The second step is small, but transformative. Try this. For 1 hour a day, leave your phone in another room, literally out of reach. You'll notice the urge to go get it. That discomfort, that restlessness, that feeling you're missing something. That's withdrawal. Breathe. Sit with it. In half an hour, it disappears. And in that empty space, without stimuli, you might just find yourself again. The third step is to remember something we've always known. The most valuable things aren't on the screen. They're in the eyes of the person in front of you, in shared silence, in the fertile boredom where ideas are born. It's not about throwing your phone in the sea. It's about taking back control, about using technology without letting it use you. Now, I want your opinion, because this topic is worth debating. Do you think we're addicted or are just badly habituated? Have you tried to reduce your screen time? Did you succeed? I read your comments. And if this video made you think, even for a second, like and share it with someone who spends too much time on their phone. Maybe that message is the first step for both of you. Subscribe for more content that makes you think. And remember, next time you swipe, ask yourself, am I deciding this? Or is the algorithm? See you